someone new. I wanna do the things they say we shouldn't do. I wanna wake up in the morning with someone new. If I like it's a beast and break the rules, I wanna wake up in the I just wanna dance and lose control. Get me to London or Tokyo. My head's within the clouds, my body feels the pulse. My feet are saying round and round we go.
Tell me you love me.
can see you. I can see you. I can see you with my closed eyes. I can see you. I can see you. I can see you with my closed eyes. I can see you. I can see you. I can see you with my closed eyes. I can see you. I can see you. I can see you with my closed eyes. Because your eyes. I can see you. I can see you with my closed eyes. I can see you. I can see you. I can see you with my closed eyes.
Oh, DJ Chewy in the house. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I've been grinning ear to ear. Thank you. Let me just
Absolute pleasure, man.
That was an epic birthday present. Thank you. Oh, literally, I've been wanting you to do that for so long, and I always did it in kind of jest. But then I was like, Mark, it's our 4th birthday. Would you? And he was like, absolutely, man. I'm doing it. And
Yeah,
I
man.
tell you, he has worked so hard over the last couple of weeks to not only put that together, because every song had to be royalty free. So he's had to find royalty free music to make that happen. And also then put it together. And not only that, but he's in the middle of creating an office in the garden at the moment, which has had the most annoying delays. So he's set up this incredible studio, which just looks epic, in his bedroom to make this happen. It was just phenomenal. Thank you so much, guys. Can we give Mark a huge round of applause? Yeah, happy birthday to us, Caroline. 4. We're 4, baby.
Happy birthday. We're out of toddler phase. We're like full on running around wreaking havoc.
We are officially out of nappies.
Yeah. It's a great feeling. I was actually like imagining us as like 4-year-olds. Like that's a fun way to imagine where we are in business. Like we're 4, we can walk, we can talk, we can eat. Yeah, it's great.
But only the occasional accident. We're getting there.
Yeah. Everything's finally fitting into place.
Over to you, Caroline.
Okay. So, as you all can see, we have a very special Rebellious Business Show happening today because it's our birthday. And for that reason, we have DJ Mark Chewy opening up the show for us because he is this week's Rebellious Business Show sponsor. And so we have a message from our sponsor. So this show is sponsored by DJ Tutorials. DJ Tutorials teaches aspiring superstar DJs. I always hear that song in my head, superstar DJs. He helps aspiring DJs get out of the bedroom and into paying gigs and in front of people. He teaches you about more than just how to mix, but also how to get yourself out there. That is what DJ Tutorials does. And you might be wondering how this is relevant to you and why we would choose Mark as one of our sponsors and have him come into the show. Well, DJ Tutorials also has a weekly live show, much like the Rebellious Business Show, called Dex Education, where he is looking for expert speakers to come and help his audience of DJs, which may sound a bit off kilter, but every single business and every single person even needs experts from all different areas. So Mark is now currently taking applications for expert speakers to attend and to be a guest speaker on the Dex Education show, which is happening every Tuesday. So Cordelia is going to drop a link in the chat for you guys to submit your applications. And what is a requirement is just that you can add value in some way. Like every person needs some kind of expertise, whether it's business, whether it's marketing, tech, whether it's mindset. If you can provide some value and you would love to get some more exposure on your experience, then click the link to apply for your opportunity to speak. Fill out the questions and Mark will get back to you and potentially book you in for a slot. He's had guests ranging from finance experts, goal setting experts, event management experts, even photography from a range of different backgrounds. So do not feel like you're limited because you don't know how you can support DJs. Just get involved and message Mark and he'll be talking to you about how it's relevant. And yeah, that is the message from our sponsors.
Awesome. Well done. I love that. We've got our first official sponsor. How exciting. Again,
my
Mark,
cheeks hurt from smiling and we haven't even really started.
We've got some fun things lined up and planned to make this a birthday party, of which a couple of things we're going to be calling on you, Rebels. We've got a couple of, so be ready to be put in the spotlight. We'll explain. Don't run away. If you don't want to be put in the spotlight, just type in the chat, do not spotlight me, and we won't do it. But we'll probably call on the ones we know. But we have a really, really fun session lined up. We're going to also do what we promised we would do and talk about how to monetize a Facebook group. That's what we're going to be drilling into today, is how to monetize your Facebook group, because we have been running the Rebellious Business Network for 4 years now. Okay. And that's because, you know, my company, and it was my company before Caroline joined, now it's our company, but it was actually incorporated in 2017. I got my first sale into that company in 2017, but I don't count that as my birthday. The reason being is our birthday is from the first ever Rebellious Business Show episode, which used to be called the Rebellious Business Network. And that was March 18th, 2020. And that was the day really that changed everything. It was the day that turned everything around and gave so much purpose to what I was doing and why I was doing it. Because it's the day that we started building a real online community. And I freaking love that community. Not only has that community enabled me to feel 10 times more fulfilled, but it has also fueled my ability to be able to do what I love, which is to help business owners to master marketing. to help business owners to like take the thing they're passionate about and the thing that they're doing because they want to change the world, they want to make an impact, etc., and do that better, do that bigger, do that more through having their own community, through having their own platform. And I know that there are a lot of people in our audience that want that. You guys are writing books, you're doing webinars, maybe you've got a YouTube channel, maybe you've got a podcast. You want to put content out in the world that helps people in some way. And I know that a lot of you also want to have a community and maybe have also started your own community, started a Facebook group. And what I hear a lot of the time with these Facebook groups that people have put together with the most incredible intentions and all the love in the world is that nothing's really happening. It's kind of flatlining. It's kind of as dead as a party of ghosts on a Friday night. And that's okay. But what we need to do is we need to ramp things up so that you can turn that group, turn that conceptual idea that you've had to bring people together into something that is an actual community, that feels like a community, so people feel like they are a part of your movement and a part of your brand, so that you can have a thriving digital community that not only enables you to connect with awesome people who are your ideal clients in the trenches, get to know your audience, get to know people really well, but so that you can bring people together so that they can connect with each other, so that you can create this hub of community where people feel like they're a part of something important, they're a part of a movement, they're a part of something bigger than themselves, bigger than just watching webinars and learning stuff on the internet. They're a part of this group. And so today, we're going to be talking about how to monetize that Facebook group that you've put together. And when we say monetize, what we really mean is how to get that becoming something that is sustainably fueling your business, that is going to enable you to run it for longer because it's feeding into the fuel tanks of your business. And so that is what we're going to do today. But first, we're going to kick off with a game of true and false, which I'm a bit nervous about, Caroline. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I mean, I was going to say you should be nervous, but I actually don't want you to, because, you know, we want you to feel comfortable and happy, and then we can get all the juicy details out of you. So before we get into talking about how to monetize your community, as Cordelia said, I'm going to be asking her some true or false questions, and we're going to be playing true and false, basically. And if you guys have anything that you would like to know the truth of, RE communities, put it in the chat and maybe I'll select it, because it's kind of, I haven't planned these. I've got a list of them and I'm going to pick them out and like, I'm going to probe her. So if you have anything that you would like to know, put it in the chat. If you're on Facebook, put it in the Facebook chat. If you're on the Zoom call, one of our 21, we got 21 on the call today, put that in the chat as well. Oh Lord, where's my document?
And also I can see wherever you are, whether you're watching us on LinkedIn right now, whether you're watching us on Facebook right now or YouTube, I can see your comments. So I shall pass them over to Caroline as well.
I don't want to trust you. I think Jennifer should, in case you just go, nope, don't want to answer that one. Nope. I don't want you to have the power to pass them over. Okay, so true or false? Selling directly into your community.
Hang on. Have we not got like fun things like skip or
yes, I forget about this. So we have some options, right? So I'm going to be asking a combination of challenging and easy, and also business, and maybe some a bit more like that's not personal but personal-ish.
Okay.
And because this might be putting Cordelia on the spot, and who knows, some juicy details might come out, she has the opportunity to skip, flip, meaning that she can put it on me, or ask a rebel.
Ask a rebel.
So anyone who is in the Zoom call right now on the Zoom live might be a rebel that she asks for help from. Yeah.
Okay.
How many? We haven't decided how many. You're like on the edge of your seat. We haven't decided how many questions, but let's get going.
Okay, go.
Okay, an easy one to start. An easy one. Okay. Oh, selling directly into your community is the best way to monetize. True or false?
Awesome. Guys, play along with me. Drop true or false in the chat as well. Let's have you guys playing it along.
No, don't let them
No?
answer for you. Yeah, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, come on, play along with us, guys. True or false? I would say, well,
Five.
false.
Four.
False.
Oh, okay. False.
Yeah. Reason
I need
being
sounds.
is that it's not about selling directly into your community. Most of the time, it's about indirect selling. Like, it's about soft selling. One of the problems that I see kind of more larger companies doing when they have put together a community is that they just sell, sell, sell. And a bit like, I was on a call with Michael, who I can see that you're here with us, Michael. Hello. I was on a call with Michael this morning. We were talking about this. When you walk into a shop, right, and you've got that one woman that comes up to you and she's like, hi, what are you looking for? Can I help you with anything? What are you looking to buy today? And it's like, oh God, just leave me alone. I just want to have a look around the shop. Like, you kind of have to like push them away. And if that's the reputation you get from that specific shop, when you're walking past it and you're feeling a little bit quiet today, or you're feeling a little bit insecure today, you might not go into it because you're like, oh, I just can't deal with the woman like coming at me with everything. I just want to have a look around the shop. So we don't want to create an environment where we alienate our audience by constantly direct selling into the group. We don't want to think that we've rounded them up to just sell to them, because that is going to alienate your audience, and it's also going to put people off, like giving you their email address because they think that you'll hound them, giving you their telephone number because they think that you'll hound them, and like even indicating that they're interested in anything because they think that you'll hound them. So we want to indirect sell into the group. We want to prioritize connection, and sales come as a secondary.
We had a few truths. We had a few truths into this. We had F. Oh, false. Email is best. Oh, interesting. So, okay. So now I think we have the next true or false. True or false. Email is the best way to sell into your Facebook community.
The data tells me that that is true. Reason being that we get the most applications coming in for programs and the most purchases coming in from email. However, what we like to do is use the group as a kind of announcement pad, like a launch pad. So we start by announcing this new offer or this new shiny thing, and then we follow up with email. But we bolster those emails by also posting them into the group and everywhere on social media as posts. And there are two types of promotion that we do. We do community-wide and we do selected groups. So if it's a selected group promotion, the community won't even know it's happening. It'll be a selected group that goes out via email only. And if it's community-wide, we'll just get it out everywhere. So the community-wide stuff is the less kind of repeated stuff, like stuff that we might do once a quarter. And then the selected group stuff will be the stuff that we're doing every single month, but we just don't want to bombard the community with the same offer over and over again. Next.
I like it. Next. Oh, okay. Some sass. Okay.
Now. Okay, we're going to go. You're going to bring me down a peg now.
You have a favorite member of the Rebellious Business Network.
False. I'm sorry, guys. No, it is false. I would say, right, like there are moments where I'm like, you're my favorite, and then I'm like, no, you're my favorite, and then I'm like, no, you're my favorite. So there are moments. I'd say, like in specific moments, like for instance, Mark Chu, as he opened that show, was my favorite, right, in that moment, because that was epic. But no, I genuinely that will change and fluctuate. I have so much love for everyone in the group, pretty much, and so I don't have not even you, Caroline.
Do you realise?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, you do realise that I'm a member of the group.
No, I don't know. I've got 3 kids. I've had it drilled into them that you can't have favorites. It's just not allowed. It's not okay.
Okay, fine. I was gonna say, because they're not in the group. So like you're like, I have 3 kids, they're not in the group. You can't pick them. But that's not what your point was. Your point was that you're above favorites, which is that's not as juicy as I was hoping. Okay, let's go on to, has anyone else got any? Don't forget, you guys can put this. Oh, Doug.
Wait, I love what Doug just said. Yeah,
favorite child is the one standing in front of you. Wait,
that's it.
Oh, I see. Well, that's me right now.
It's yeah, exactly. So you're my favorite right now, but I look over there and I see everyone else. I'm like, oh, hey guys, how's it going?
Okay, Next, true or false? Member contributions are more valuable than the creator contributions.
True.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Didn't even give everyone else a chance. Look, Doug said
sorry.
T after you said it. So it's like, well, Doug, we don't know if you were just pouncing on the
No, I think,
answer
I
that
think
she gave.
I don't know. I think he knows this. We trained him well. I think the thing is,
Okay,
that,
fair.
yeah, we taught him well. I think the thing is, 100%. Without those community contributions, you don't have a community anyway. So and I guess even if we're talking in terms of monetization, those community contributions are still more important. And the reason being is because if you don't have that sense of community, your conversion is going to be lower. If you don't have that sense of collaboration, that sense of like just that community vibe going on, you're not going to convert as well. So those, like, for longevity, those contributions are super important. And just to kind of explain this, just by saying that basically the Facebook group dilemma is where you go in your Facebook group and it's you, all the last posts are you. It should be like, I don't know, maybe 80-20 rule, 80% them, 20% you. Depends on how large your group is, how many people are in there, because only a portion of them are going to engage a lot anyway. But you want that to be that way round. Where people go wrong with this is they treat their Facebook group a little bit like an Instagram page. So they're just posting content, like they're posting quotes and content and whatever. Like the content you put in your group needs to be about starting conversations and being very collaborative, rather than you just posting content like you would on your Facebook business page or your Instagram account or your LinkedIn account. So yes. Great question from Del Thomas. I will leave Caroline to be leader of
Okay. Let's see. Oh, question from Del Thomas. How do you encourage people to post? Well,
we're going to cover that in a bit, aren't we?
Yeah. That's oh, I love this. We got a little bit of a, what's it called? A little teaser. We've started teasing. It's great. Great. Got to stick around, Del. Okay. True or false? Oh. Okay, true or false? All right.
Okay.
You have considered shutting down the Rebellious Business Network.
False.
Okay.
False. In fact, I'm dead against it.
I love this.
No, I would feel it would have to be drastic. Like something really drastic would have to happen. Like and then I would mourn it. I would just sorry.
I'm sorry, it's just the way you said that. Sorry. We're going to be putting this onto a podcast episode, but it's just that face. Okay, yeah, sorry, that face made me, I like that. Okay. Have you ever felt like abandoning ship, or just being like, oh, I can't deal with you? I guess, yeah. Microphone to you.
I accidentally abandoned ship a couple of times. So like there was one time where I outsourced every speaking slot for nearly 3 months to someone else without even realizing, and then was trying to diagnose why the group was getting a bit dead. And one of the things that we came up with as a team was the fact that I hadn't spoken at all in nearly 3 months. And so we started changing it so it was like me speaking, then a speaker, me speaking, then a speaker, sort of on alternating weeks. And it did start to pick up a little bit. So that was like, I kind of accidentally abandoned ship, as in like I just wasn't present in the group. I just highlighted other speakers permanently for a little while. I don't know in hindsight if that was the thing that did any damage, but it did pick up again, so that was good. And then there was a time actually where the group was a bit unengaged. So we have had periods of unengagement. Like right now, if you jump into that group, you see it is on fire. Like so many people posting in there. There's so much engagement happening in there. It's like really buzzing, fun place to be. And there was a time when, there've been a couple of periods when it's got a bit quiet. My attention's been over here or my attention's been over there. And we just like ramped things up to fix it. And then it's been fixed quite nicely with the posting purpose, which Del will explain that to you in a short while, and what that is and how we can encourage people to post, because we have had those periods. So not intentionally, there have been times when my attention hasn't been on it and it started to get quiet, but it hasn't taken much to bring it back.
Okay, Next, true or false? Oh, we got a little round of applause as well. I wonder if might be a round of applause to Dell's question or to you. I think you both deserve it. I'm gonna divvy it up. Okay. The best way to grow your Facebook group is by inviting all of your Facebook friends.
No, false. Don't do it.
What?
Don't
But
do
like
that.
that's where contacts are.
No, don't do it. Terrible idea. Two reasons why it's a terrible idea. Number one is the fact that inviting people full stop is not a good idea because you're making that conscious decision for them to join the group. You want them to make that decision themselves. When we make our own decisions, we're so much more invested in those decisions that we made. And even though it's a small thing, joining a Facebook group, it's not like, right, I'm buying a house. Like, you know, you just join a Facebook group. But they are more likely to get involved and engaged if it was their idea to join. So that's the first thing. Second thing is inviting all of your friends and stuff. The reason why people do that is because they want the group to look busy. They want the group to look busy so that when that one ideal client comes along and enters the Facebook group, it's not as dead as the dodo. Like there's, you know, you look popular, you've got people in there. It's like, oh, there's a few hundred people in here rather than 3. But the problem with that is if you kick off your Facebook group, or if at any point in your Facebook group, the majority of the people in there are not actually an ideal fit for the content you're creating for the group, they will just naturally engage with it less because it won't connect with them, which will tell the Facebook algorithm that the people in your group are not interested in the content in your group, which will mean that your groups, the feed within your group is pushed less in front of people's personal feeds, and your group will not be promoted as much as a recommended group to people in similar groups. So yeah, don't do it. Let people join themselves and the right people.
And we will also, another little teaser, we'll also get onto how do you get people into a Facebook group at some point. So stick around to find out how to do that. If you can't invite your friends, oh, it's like I already knew the answer. Oh, but yeah, we'll get into that. Oh, how often should you use? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. But I'll come to that in a second. Okay. Next question. I need a drum roll. It's unethical to monetize a Facebook group that was initially created as a free resource.
False.
Okay.
Yeah, false. Absolutely false. Yeah. Reason being, and then I hesitated there because it's like, what do you mean by free resource? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think there are 3 types of community we all need. A lot of you have got one of these at least. There's the community for yourself as an entrepreneur. So that'll be the masterminds you're in, the programs you're in, the circle you have. There's the community for your followings, your followings. Like some of a Friday night dinner. I have followings. The community for your following, and then there is the community for your clients. If you can create a sense of community in all 3 areas, for yourself, for your leads, for your clients, you're a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Reason being is communities are powerful in multi-dimensions for helping you grow as a person, for helping you make people feel that they're a part of something, for helping you make sure people feel supported. If people feel supported, if they feel a part of something, they will stick around. Okay. So the question is it, you know, terrible to turn something free into something paid? Absolutely not. You are running a business, not a charity, and you need to fill the fuel tanks of that business. Otherwise that business will die and you won't be able to help anyone. You can't give everything away for free forever without charging anything ever, because, well, you can, you just got to go to you've got to go and get like a grant to fund a charity. Basically, it's a different model and it's a different thing. So if you want to run a charity, that's awesome. But if you need like bread and butter, if you need this to be a revenue stream in order for you to bring this light of yours to the world, then yeah, of course you need to monetize it. And essentially your Facebook group is the same thing as your email list. The difference is that you own your email list, you don't own your Facebook group contacts. Okay, so that's one clear difference. The other difference is you're going to get more visibility on your email list on the whole compared to your Facebook group. But the similarity is the people in your group and the people on your list are both considered leads. Why are they both considered leads? Because they have similar conversion rates in terms of converting a group and converting an email list, because they're all warm. They're all warm people in there. It's like a concentration of warm people versus your Instagram account, which is it's like it's traffic, followers, leads, prospects, clients, and ex-clients. And probably like a random 5% of them will see any one thing that you post. So it's a high quality thing. So you want to be treating it like you would treat an email list as well, in the sense that you have value going out, you're sharing things that are valuable to people, that are helpful, but you also are helping those people take the next step in getting their problem solved by working with you.
I think I made this too easy because we've not done any flips or ask a rebel. So next time I'll make them harder. But I think we've got time for one more. What do you think?
Go for it.
Okay, one more. Promoting to your group compromises the relationship of the group with the group.
Depends on the frequency.
Ooh,
so yeah,
neither a yes or a no.
Well, it's a skip then, because it depends on the frequency.
I just complained that you didn't do the skip. Is it a skip? Is it a skip?
Well, it depends on the frequency.
Well,
it depends on the frequency. If you're in there every week selling, yes, as we said, it's going to alienate your audience. But if you are soft selling most of the time and you're hard-ish selling perhaps like once a quarter or every other month, then that's great. Like, that's absolutely fine. You're doing your audience a disservice by not offering the solution to the problem that they have. I'll just wrap it up with that.
Okay, that was very diplomatic. So, shall we do some questions? We have got 2 questions. Okay, question 1. How often should you use the @everyone button? But I mean, more like tag, I guess.
Yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know, in a Facebook group, and you can also do this on a business page on Facebook as well. The business page is @followers. The Facebook group is @everyone, and it will send a notification to probably not everyone. That there'll be people that don't get notifications from your group at all because they haven't engaged in a long time. But the majority of the engaged audience in your group will receive a notification saying Cordelia has just tagged you and others in a post. Now, obviously, if you use that too often, you will start to piss people off, because no one really likes an overload of. It's a bit like, when that one person tags you in every bloody Facebook post they put out. How annoying is that? You just starts getting irritating, and it's likely to make people leave groups. Helen's saying she often leaves a group if they do that. Yeah, okay, fine. I hear you. But what about the important stuff that people need to know about? What about the announcements? So the way that I use that @everyone tag is not to get visibility on sales promotions. And I use it very sparingly. I use it to make sure that everybody's notified about something that's going to be super fun or valuable for them. Okay, so let's say the birthday party this morning, I put an announcement out before we went live to tell everyone that we're going live. And I tagged everyone to say, birthday party's going live at 10:10. Reason why I did that is because nobody would have known. Helen said I would never leave the Rebellious Business Network. Well, that's super interesting, isn't it? So I can use the @everyone tag and you wouldn't leave, probably because you feel like you're a part of the community and you don't feel alienated by the overselling that doesn't happen. But yeah, anyway, so I used that @everyone tag to make sure everyone knew that we were going live early with a DJ mix from Mark, because it'd be rude not to let you know that we're doing that, and we didn't have any email capacity to let you know. So I thought, right, I'm just gonna put a post in the group to let everybody know that we're going live early. So I'll use it sparingly for the important stuff that everybody needs to know about. Because I do get asked like, oh, I missed that. Oh, I didn't know about that. Oh, and it's like, flipping out, trying my hardest to make sure everyone gets emails, everyone gets post notifications and whatever. But, some people are going to miss things, and that's fine. But I use it for that reason. You can also use it to re-engage a dead group as well. So if you've got a group that's like a bit dead, think about What? Yeah, it's like CPR, isn't it, for a dead group?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
had
For anyone listening on the podcast, I just did the what's this thing where it's like the
the
clear,
paddles.
huh?
The paddles
The paddles, yeah, the electric paddles that
for the
that get your hearts to
defibrillator.
start again.
Defibrillator. God, I am a trained nurse and I'm ever so rusty. But,
The defibrillator. What's the CPR for a dead group? The defibrillator. Yeah, what's the CPR for the dead group? The at everyone tag. If the group's dead, you can at everyone. I mean, I think that's a bit of like it's a last resort, really, isn't it? It's like there's better things to do. And if you are going to use the at everyone tag, make sure it's like not at everyone. Hi, I'm still alive and have things to sell to you. It's probably yeah. Like
at everyone,
at
did you know I've got this amazing new live event that I'm going to be doing in this group for you guys, kicking off next week? That's how I would re-engage them.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. And we've got from Doug, how do you get people to join? Which I think segues nicely into the next part of our birthday show.
Yes. So how to monetize a Facebook group then? So the thing is that in order to monetize a Facebook group, there is obviously some foundational pieces that need to be in place, because you could have a dead Facebook group, no one's engaging, it's going to be impossible to monetize it. I've also seen it the other way around, where you've got a really busy Facebook group, there's like a couple of thousand people in there, and that's also really difficult to monetize, even though it's very engaged. And so there's kind of different ends of the spectrum with this. We're going to kind of meet in the middle and look at a Facebook group that is small, got some people in it, some people are engaging. It's not the busiest in the world, but it's not dead. You've got some likes and some comments, you're getting a reach of a few people, and that's great. I would say that we can split this into three things quite easily, and the first one is about increasing engagement. So you need, before we even think about selling into the group or soft selling into the group or indirect selling into the group, or we need to ramp up the engagement of the group. Make sure that go on.
Do you want to paint a picture of like where someone might, so we spoke about it at the beginning, right? Like what someone might be experiencing in terms of their group being flatlining or not engaged. So can you talk us through what the experience of having an unengaged group is, and then we can talk about how to revive it, how to CPR that group.
So it's a bit like having an Instagram page, but it's in a Facebook group. You're posting content, you're getting the odd like, no one's really commenting on anything, and you're just putting content out into this closed group that isn't really doing anything. There's not much engagement, there's not much collaboration, etc.
That's a great analogy.
Step one, but by the way, which is applicable for the dead group and also the busy unmonetizable group, is make sure that you are positioned as someone who is leading that group, someone who is the pillar of that community, in the sense that like you are really well known in that group. People coming in know what your face looks like, they know what your name is. Like that's really key, really important. That turned out to be the problem with the struggling to monetize the busy group. We had to position her as a leader in that group. Nobody knew who she was. She was hiding. She was like, had the banner image, which is the ad for the Facebook community, had like stock images on it, or was plain, didn't have her face on it, didn't have her name anywhere. And so number one, position yourself as a leader in that group by having your face on that banner, by having your name written down somewhere, and by showing up and being present. And then how we get engagement from within that group is that you've got to treat it completely differently to how you treat any other area of your social media. It's not a bulletin board. Most people are treating their Facebook groups like a bulletin board. It's not a bulletin board. It is a place for you to create collaboration and get people to answer questions, get involved. And for that, you need what we call a posting purpose. Caroline, you're great at this. Explain to everyone what a posting purpose is.
Flipping smiling. I love a posting purpose. A posting purpose. So yeah, I think this is a really great way to get people to engage, because I also I also think aside from you creating content, the benefit for you to having a community is that your community creates the content and engages itself. But again, it's not going to do that by itself. It needs a purpose. It needs something to sort of like to be focused around. My favorite posting purpose that I have seen, which was my idea, that's me just being pretend vain, but either way, I just loved it, was Doug. Doug is the goals guy. He has a Wealth Tribe group, and he has a post which goes out encouraging.
Should we add him in for a minute so everyone
Yeah,
can
we can
see
add him in.
Doug,
I'll just summarize what it is. Get him involved. Doug's posting purpose was to get people to post their five goals daily, because that we all know about achieving your goals. You've got this thing you've got to write down on that legal paper or what it is, your goals every single day, like every day you've got to write them down. And Doug's got a book here. There you go, the yellow, that's the equivalent of the goals book. Doug's also got his goals book and is the goals guy and talks about how to achieve things. So it all kind of like makes sense to get people to post into the group. So that means that he's holding them accountable and creating a space where they can post. And also he's responding to the posts as well, like the goals, saying, oh, this is a good goal, maybe refine it like this. And it's also getting people to like see what each other's goals are. So it's a really cool way of having a community built around a posting purpose and getting people to post into it. It benefits them. I think that's the most important thing about posting purpose, is it benefits them. So that's the posting purpose, to engage the group, is giving them an incentive to contribute. But the only way you can incentivize someone to contribute is to have a benefit for them. And unless you're chucking out money and prizes and competitions and all that stuff, you need it to just be a self-fulfilling like benefit. Like it needs to benefit the process of posting will benefit them by itself. So we have the connection template in the Rebellious Business Network as well, which we send it out. People just fill in the blanks and post it into the group. We've taken out the hard work for them as well, which means that because they're there to connect, we just brought Doug in, showcased his face, then sent him off. I love that. Just wave, Doug.
Wanted everyone to see who he was.
Yeah, so the connection template is just it enables people in the network to put out, hey, this is who I am, this is what I value, this is what I like. We send it out every week in an email, and people use it every single week. They put out their connection template, say, hey, this is what I'm interested in, this is what I'm like. But we have a network. The Rebellious Business Network is a network. So people are there to meet people. So both of these posting purposes suit the purpose of the group. Yeah, I thought we were going to let him speak as well.
You moved on. Hang on, let's add him back in.
Yeah, we're getting back in.
Okay.
I was just comparing and contrasting two different posting purposes. Go on, Doug. Floor is yours.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to unmute myself earlier
I
chip
forgot. I'm sorry.
and it's like, whatevs, So, what I would say is it's hard work, right? To keep it going. It is almost a, not a full-time job, but it is a job and a half to keep things going. And, I tried different ways of doing it to try and get the engagement from the group. And you're right, it's, there is a benefit for people writing their goals down on a day-by-day basis. Because it makes a difference. Because you're feeding your subconscious on what you want to achieve in the future, and it finds opportunities for you on the back of the fact that you've told it what you want. So it's very, very important, and that was the premise. I think I got too excited with the AI creation of the images and stuff like that, and
just to say, Doug, like we've had a lot of trial and error with posting purposes. So yeah, sometimes things don't really, like I've done so many different things and so many different ways to try and engage the group, and some things work really well and then some things don't work. So, for instance, I used to do this like Rebel in the Spotlight live on a Thursday every week. And that was, supposed to be another, or Friday, I think, supposed to be like another live show that we did. And I ran it for like a few months and it was just dead. Like no one was joining it. So I just sacked it off because I was like, this is time I could be spending on something else. We've also had other things. I can't think of many off the top of my head, but we have had other things that we've tried and they've just not taken off. Like they've just not worked. And then we've had other things that we've tried it and it's been like, boom, like just taken off. And what I would say is, for me, like, is that it can be a full-time job, but once you get something going, then it's about streamlining and optimizing it. So the connection template every week now, it's just like Jennifer does it, it's outsourced, and there's a system for it. It's really quick, it gets done, and sometimes I even forget it's there until I see people posting their version of it. And the other thing is that we've now got stuff that's evergreen, right? So the video challenge works really well as a posting purpose. People post a video every day for 30 days to practice on video. That's now an evergreen challenge. There's people coming in, watching the welcome video, seeing about the 30-day video challenge and just jumping in and starting it. And that's something that we don't even have to do anything for at all. So what I would suggest is play around with different things with the premise in mind of like, what would be fun and enjoyable for them to get involved in, test different things. And when you've tested something and it gets results and it works, next question is, okay, how do I optimize this and how do I streamline this so that it can become a little bit more automated? Do I put it in the welcome video? Is there an automated reminder that can go out? You can set up automations with Facebooks now where you post on a regular basis on an automation that just spins round each time. Another thing about having a daily posting purpose like that is what I would also suggest is people will get bored of it quickly. It will start to fall on deaf ears. It might be better to do that on a Friday or do that on one day a week and encourage them to just keep doing it in their own time. But getting people to come in and do that on a daily basis constantly, they might keep it up for a week and then drop off and then not do it. We see that with the video challenge as well, is that people do it for a little while. We get some people that complete it, like Anime and Antrager, they smashed it out the park. And then other people get to sort of like day 8, day 9 and the drop off, and they get this kind of procrastination and guilt spiral where it now feels uncomfortable to pick it back up and carry on. So just trial and error, like lots of trial and error, thinking about how else can I get these people involved? What else can I get them to do, to contribute, to get them involved, and try different things to do that. And that's what I would suggest.
My recommendation would be to email them about it. Like, I think it needed a notification to them. Like, we email out the connection template, people then take it and put it in. So I would just say, it's goals day, write down your 5 goals, here's a template. Because the thing is, you've got also take out the resistance. If there's any resistance to it, they're not going to do it. So if you create the resource for them to just copy and paste, they're more likely to do it. Whereas it was a bit manual for you to do. However, I really do think that concept is really valuable because people do want to stay accountable to writing their goals down. So it's like a real benefit for them. But yeah, it in itself, you posting every day and sort of dragging people over they're like dragged over hot coals. Like, yeah, I don't want to write my goals. I mean, I know I was one of them as well. But yeah, that's great. Yeah, Doug just commented saying he will start it weekly. Yay!
Nice. Awesome. Thank you very much. Sorry, we do have the no one can unmute themselves thing turned on for the, let me turn that off. Right. Okay, cool. Boom. Thank you very much, Doug. Lots of love to you. And yeah, I hope that you get that posting purpose optimized. Okay, so that's engagement. Super important to have your group engaged so that when you do come to monetizing it, your promotions are going to be seen, heard, and connected with by your audience. What's next?
I think it's more like, I think strategy would be a good thing. Like, or like, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, yes. There is one point though, before we get into the strategy of it, just that I wanted to really, it's a really brief point, is that not only do you need to get people to create connection, like in the group, to be posting in the group and having that engagement, you also need to create connection with them. That's super important. Like I mentioned before, the group that was very difficult to monetize, where she wasn't positioned as a leader in the group, no one saw her as an authority in the group, therefore it was quite difficult for her to sell in the group. The audience need to create a connection with you, and the easiest way to do that is to get in the trenches with people. And when I say get in the trenches with people, I mean get in the DM inbox, get on Zoom calls, ring people up if you have telephone numbers, have meaningful conversations where you're showing up to be friendly, see if there's any way in which you can help that person, not showing up to pitch to them and sell to them and whatever, just like literally sending DMs, hey, welcome to the group. It's great to have you here. Every new person of the Rebellious Business Network gets a welcome message from one of the team. They get tagged in the welcome video, right? So they see what the group's about, what happens in the group. They get signposted to other videos where there is some, useful information about how to get the most out of being in the group. And that gives them a good overview of actually what this group is, why they're here, and all the rest of it. That's super important. We actually have quite a few messages coming in going, wow, I love the way this is set up. Like, this is different to other groups I've been in, which is really nice to see. But that is also an optimization piece. That was a lot more manual before. So yeah, we've always had the welcome video. The welcome video was always there, but we didn't have the other videos to signpost people to. And we didn't have like scripted messages that we'd send out. I would just literally be reaching out to people and saying, hey, welcome to the group. It's so good to have you here. Now I outsource that to one of the team and they do that for me. And that's awesome. Jennifer, by the way, one of the team. Jennifer, big up Jennifer, who keeps the wheels turning in the Rebellious Business Network. So that's super important. So just making sure that you're creating one-on-one connections with people who are a part of your community. Because if you can create like a core sort of group within your community, those people will keep the fire burning. So even if you don't manage to connect with every single one of them, if you connect with like a bunch of them and you've got a good relationship personally with a bunch of them, they will keep the fire burning by being there and showing up. Now, that was also going to really, really support you when you get to the sales part. Because if you're a likable character within that group, if you're someone they respect and look up to because you are engaging with them, talking to them, like, you're not above and beyond that. You're approachable, you're friendly, you're engaging with them, you're supportive, you're showing up to help them, you're having chats in the DMs, you're jumping on Zoom calls to have conversations. I really encourage that at the start. The more calls you do, the better at the start of any business. So if you are at the start, take every opportunity to jump on a call, because having these conversations is really good for practicing kind of like prospecting as well. But yeah, so that connection with them is going to really support you when it comes to the sales side of things, because they're going to feel like they know you, they like you, they trust you, and they are confident that you can help them solve that problem, because you've shown them what you're capable of by showing up and by connecting with them. And unless you've got anything to add on that, Caroline, let's move into some strategy.
Well, I think you've nailed it. That's perfect. We've got a couple questions.
Go for it.
Shall we do questions at the end, because we've got 4 minutes?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's bring this baby home, shall we? Okay, so
yeah, let's bring this home.
Your overview strategy for how to monetize the group. Once you've got that engagement, you're creating that connection, you're positioned as a leader in the group, they are engaging with each other, engaging with you, and it feels like you've got this sense of community. There's 2 ways in which to do this. Way number 1, you want to be running your tribe funnel like a content creation and community building machine, not a sales machine. Okay. So I recommend, to do that really, really well, having one weekly piece of live content. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in a minute, but one weekly piece of live content that is consistent, that is there to provide value, right? So that's one thing. is that you want to have that weekly piece of content. Now, that content creation, community building machine that is that weekly live, basically, and the stuff you're doing with the posting purpose in the group, that's kind of separate from your sales strategy. So your sales strategy and how you monetize the group is you add bolt-ons to that. And those bolt-ons is that you have 2 soft selling promotions a month. So 1 every fortnight. So you soft sell into the group and to your email list, which if you're doing this using the tribe funnel method, you will be building both side by side. Soft selling into that group fortnightly, a soft sell promotion. Now, what do I mean by soft sell promotion? You can put a promotion out for a specific type of discovery call that you've put together to help people with a specific something. You can put together a call, like I'll give you an example. So one of our clients, Cara, she is a podcast, what's her title, Caroline? Podcast specialist? Podcast manager.
She's a podcast manager, but the offer was to help get businesses to start up their podcast.
Yeah, so she was offering some free sessions to help people to get started with a podcast, help them get their ducks in a row. And of course, beyond that, hopefully what she'd like is that they want her to manage the podcast for them, because there's quite a lot of elements to putting together and consistently maintaining a podcast show, right? So that is an example of a soft offer where you go, I've got 5 spaces for someone to book a call with me who wants this. DM me the word interested. So you're not directly selling, you're offering them a freebie call. So that's one way of doing it. Another kind of soft selling is offering someone your program without going through kind of, it costs this much and here's the discount and da-da-da. When we start mentioning price, then we start kind of hard selling a little bit. So putting out an offer for anybody that's interested in going through this journey and this process with you to solve this problem, DM me the word interested. Yeah, so you might be looking for some case studies, or you might be looking to beta test something, and you're basically getting application calls booked in your diary for people that are interested in going on that journey with you. So there's some ideas of soft selling. Okay, now inside our Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy, for those of you that are in the academy, those are the quick win things. So it's client getting week in the academy right now. And our academy members are taking those kind of soft sell, quick win promotions, putting them together and getting them out there. Those are the ones that you want to bolster your community with. They work really, really well. They're soft selling. They're gentle. They're not in your face. They're not hard selling. They're really, really effective as well. Then the next thing is that when you've got about 200 people in your group, high time to do a launch of some kind. And this is where your kind of harder sales pitch is going to come into play.
I'm going to pause you there and leave everyone on a cliffhanger, because we are going to go into a lot more detail on this very soon. But we've got 2 strategies, basically: soft sell, bolstering the weekly pillar video content, which we recommend, and also a challenge launch. Is that right? Those are the best ways to monetize it?
Yeah, and there's a couple of types of challenge launch. There's the intensive one, and then there's the passive one. But yeah, essentially.
I love how you're itching to get more, like, I just want to get more details. You just, detail giving machine. It's just amazing value. So we are now at the top of the hour, actually 1 minute past. Shall we wrap up and talk about what we've got going on next week?
Well, actually, this is our birthday present to you guys, because to be honest, we are only here because of our incredible community. We know how many of our community want to launch their own digital community. We also know how hard it is to give you everything on one session. This session and last week's session have been kind of giving you overviews on community. We're going to drill into some detail because we've got a 5-day masterclass coming up, where by the end of it, you will have the foundations in place and everything set up to launch your own thriving digital community.
Amazing. Do you have links?
Yes, I'm going to get the link. So we're going to be live every day for 5 days. We've got 5 sort of like rapid. We always say it'll be like 30 minutes, but allow an hour because we will be drilling into some solid detail. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Good Friday. Okay, so we're essentially that every day at 9:30 in the morning, half an hour to an hour, we're going to be drilling into the important things you need to have in place and set up in order to have a thriving digital community. And this is stuff like the tech system. Like, what do you need tech-wise in place, set up to get this started? We're going to be helping you clarify what your theme for your community is. Like, what do you need to, like, in terms of messaging, in terms of how you communicate this with your audience, in terms of how you start bringing the right people in, how you do that with having themes and concepts and topics and live events, etc. We're going to drill into that. We're also going to be looking
where to find people from, how to get posting purpose down. Also, even mindset. We're going to get into mindset as well. Oh, Rebecca Nichols says this sounds fab. Is journaling moved to? Oh, we do. The journaling is a thing within the Rebellious Entrepreneurs Academy, Gemma. So that's still happening. That's still going on.
No, she's right. She's right. It is Monday, and that will be that week. Journaling will be cancelled. Good shout.
Bad.
Yeah.
Thanks. Oh, thank you, Gemma, for reminding us that journaling will be cancelled. I was wrong on that one. Okay. So if you guys just click on that link there, you can register. All of the details are going to be emailed to you, and we're going to have a 5-day event about this for our birthday.
Yeah, our birthday present to you, helping you launch your own thriving digital community, because it's going to change the game. Like, it's going to change the game, and there is a formula to this, and we are going to give you that formula. And look, one of the things I hate is you sign up for a challenge or a free webinar of some kind, and they give you a shitload of fluff, and then it leads up to a pitch. Like, don't get me wrong, we would love to support you in our academy, right? Ultimately, that is how we help people have the most deepest transformations, is by getting into the business with you and helping you. But that doesn't mean we're going to give you a load of fluff for 5 days and then a big pitch. We're actually going to give you our strategy. We're going to give you everything that you need to get started with your community. Could you go 10,000 steps further than that by having our support? Of course, because we'll be in the business with you, helping you. And so we have got a birthday offer that we are going to be offering to you. I know you guys aren't crazy stupid and like know that these challenge launches lead to something like that, but I want you to know that every time we deliver something that is a training, we deliver the goods. We don't deliver the fluff and then, don't give you any kind of tangible stuff. We really go the full mile and deliver the goods. So by the end of that week, my intention for you is that you have the foundations in place. You have the things in place that you need to launch your own thriving digital community. And if you want us to support you further with that, there is also going to be an opportunity for you to do that as well. But that is happening Monday, the 25th of March.
Sorry.
AdCon tickets. I'm getting confused between March and May. Monday,
also going to be in England.
March. We're going to be live inside the Rebellious Business Network with day one. Make sure you get registered so that you get all of the resources, templates. We are going to do an additional Q&A to help get any questions answered whilst you're putting your tribe ideas together. So you get the Zoom link to come and join that. So make sure you click the link that I've just dropped everywhere to get registered. I think the link on Restream doesn't drop into LinkedIn. So if you're on LinkedIn and you're watching from LinkedIn, links coming now. No one's watching on LinkedIn, I've just seen. So I'll do it anyway.
But they might watch the replay on LinkedIn.
They might watch the replay on LinkedIn. There we go. Happy days.
I love this. I really have to wrap up soon because I need to leave for the airport in 20 minutes.
Caroline's coming home, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited. How long have you been in Bali for?
2.5 months.
Yeah, man. I'm ready for you to come home now. I'm so
it's
happy.
Spring tomorrow as well. I timed that well.
You did time that well. You did. Yeah, don't forget the clocks go back. Don't be late to the challenge on Monday, guys. The clocks are going back this weekend. Make sure, mind you, we're all digital now. No one has to change a clock anymore. So it just happens for you.
God, am I going to lose another hour? I can't work out whether that works in my favour or against me. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Got to go. Happy birthday now.
Springs forward and I don't know.
Oh yeah, springs forward. I don't understand it really. That's the one thing that always boggles me. I'll just deal with it. I will just deal with it.
You won't even know about it. They don't even need to tell us. All our clocks are digital. It's fine. It all changes. We don't even need to know. Apart from we'll be really confused because EST will be out of sync for a while. But anyway, look, we're rambling now. Thank you so much for being here with us. It is next week, Sarah Jones. It is on Monday, the 25th of March. We're kicking off the Build a Thriving Digital Community Challenge, Monday, 9:30 a.m. We'll see you there. Until then, have a cracking rest of your week. Thank you so much for celebrating our birthday with us. It means the absolute world to me. Thanks again, Mark Chu. That was just absolutely insanely epic. Guys, don't forget what we said at the start. There's an opportunity for you to be a speaker on Mark Chu's page.
Yeah.
Only thing that wasn't mentioned is the amount of colossal visibility he's getting on his business page at the moment. Would be really, really good opportunity for you. If you've got something valuable to share, click on that link and do that too. That's a wrap.